Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel ABAP Genius. In today's video, let us discuss about AMDP. This is one of the most important topic in terms of our CDS views and ABAP on HANA. So generally, when coming to ABAP and HANA, we will be creating our CDS view normally. So we have some other concept called as AMDP, which enriched the concept of ABAP on HANA. So let us deep dive into this AMDP. So what is AMDP means? This stands for ABAP Managed Database Procedure. So this is the abbreviation of our AMDP, and it is a framework which we can write our code directly in the database. So if you observe here, it is a framework in SAP HANA database that allows you to create database procedures directly from ABAP layer. So this is a framework where we can use the database functions by writing the code directly on our database using the ABAP development toolkit, either using Eclipse or HANA Studio. And coming to the next point, so why we have AMDP means it is introduced to get the best out of ABAP and HANA following the code pushdown paradigm. So if you have watched my ABAP and HANA series playlist, I have listed out down and explained why we are going with ABAP and HANA. One of the feature there is code push down. So the AMDP works on the code push down paradigm. That means you are not writing your code on application layer, like fetching the data from database and getting that data into application layer and doing some processing. All those things you are not doing in the AMDP. Whatever the code you are writing, that is written on your database itself. So we are pushing down our code to the database layer instead of application layer. That is one of the advantages of AMDP. So how we have to do AMDP or how we have to implement the AMDP is, so these we can implement just like a normal class and method based implementation, and here we will be using the SQL script code. Since we are directly writing the code in the database itself, we have to use the SQL script. So next is AMDP works for HANA database, and we can fix the performance issues by writing the code directly in the database. In our upcoming videos, we will discuss like when we have to use AMDP and what are the uses of AMDP and how it can impact or how it can improve the performance in our upcoming videos. So for now, you can just remember that it will help you to fix the performance issues whatever we are facing using the AMDP. And we can do modify the data and we can read the data directly in the database layer, as I have mentioned earlier. And when coming to AMDP, these are like CDS views only, one of the concept of CDS views. So we can't directly edit our CDS views in the SAP GUI. Similarly, since these are class and methods, we can just edit them in the ADT, that means ABAP Development Toolkit. We cannot edit it our SAP GUI. workbench, that is SAP SC24, which is the class builder. And whatever we are writing the code in our AMDP, that will be captured in the stored procedures. So this is one of the special thing which is the part of the AMDP. If underscore AMDP underscore marker underscore HDB. So this is the interface which will be present in our AMDP. We will be implementing the AMDP in our next upcoming videos. So in AMDP, we have two types. One is the AMDP procedure and the next one is the AMDP function. So first coming to AMDP procedure. This contains class and methods. So we will be implementing a class and method. However, we do in our GUI. The same way we will be doing, but it will be having an extra interface which is if underscore AMDP underscore marker underscore HDB. This interface will tell you like it is an AMDP related class. And while implementing the method, we will be having some additional code apart from the method name, that is by database procedure for HANA database, language we will be giving, options we will be giving, like that we will be giving. But here I have just written a small piece of code which we will be writing after the method implementation. For example, you are implementing a method which is method AMDP procedure. Then in the implementation, it will be method AMDP procedure by database procedure for HANA database, language SQL script, options, read only, like that we have to give. So after your method, while implementing your method, after the method name, you have to give your code. This code, we will be discussing it deeply in our upcoming videos. Just for differentiating both the AMDP procedure and function, I have listed it down here. So this code we will be writing after our method implementation name. Coming to AMDP function, these also will have class and methods, and interface is also same, if underscore AMDP marker HDB. And here it is table function. If you observe clearly, we have by database function for HANA database here. Here it is the procedure, here it is the function. So this is one of the major difference between the AMDP procedure and AMDP function. We have some other differences also. Like while deep diving into this, we will be discussing like these AMDP procedures we can do, write, modify all those operations, but in terms of functions you cannot do that. It will be always read only. And here you have to pass the values, like while passing the values we have pass by value and pass reference concept. Here you have to always use pass by value only. You can't use pass by reference here. So that is the one of the difference you have. And we have some other few differences. We will be discussing them in our upcoming videos. Just introducing you to the concept of AMDP, I have just explained in basic to understand you, so that while going into the code you should not confuse and you should be able to understand. So this is all about today's video. Please do like, share and subscribe to this channel for more useful content.